Sometimes what we ask for is too small for us. And the God, the divine, the universe, everything comes together and says, no, you have to get more. You're bigger than that. You have more to do. Prepare the soil. Yes, my dear, we must prepare the ground before we put the foundation in place. A weak ground will not support your audacious dream. It's a reminder I want you to have. Preparing the ground for the foundation of your audacious dream is not taking actual ground, physical digging into the ground. So let us look at it and say good morning. You're beautiful and amazing, created soul to be exactly perfectly as you are with all your perfect imperfections. You got this. So take a deep breath just in case you didn't know and hold it for a few minutes and exhale slowly. Let's do that again. Take a deep breath. This time though, inhale possibility, exhale fear. Next, one more time, do it again. Inhale peace and exhale pressure. You see, today we are preparing the ground, not the easy, visible part of the dream. Oh, Tessa-Marie, my dream is so big, it is so amazing. Yes, it is, so is mine. But the beginning of the dream is never easy, but the unseen soil beneath it is what we are working on. So today we are preparing the ground, not the easy, visible part of the dream, but the unseen soil beneath it. Because no matter how beautiful a dream looks in our mind, if the ground is not ready, it will crumble under the weight of what it's meant to hold. So many times we are there, we are praying and we are beseeching and we are asking and we are doing all the good things so we get what we want, and it's not coming. But as you grow older, you become to the part, could I have dealt with that? Was I prepared to do this? And all of a sudden you realize, no. At that time, I had too many other distractions or demands on me as a mother, as an employee, as a daughter, as a wife, as a husband, as a son, as whatever. I didn't have time. I was just absorbing and learning and pushing and trying to figure out what it is we need to do so that it can come together. The morning and the day that you stand in the kitchen, what am I going to cook? And the day, just maybe you're hoping and praying that you have sufficient money to pay the hydro bill. This is what it is. That's where you were at that time. And today you have the freedom. And you said you wanted all of that. But you preparing the ground meant you had to go through that. As I always say to you, Sidney Poitier said he wouldn't change anything in his life. They asked him, what would he change? He said, nothing. If I alter, he said, one thing, I wouldn't be me. And remember that. Sometimes what we ask for is too small for us. And the God, the divine, the universe, everything comes together and says, no, you have to get more. You're bigger than that. You have more to do. Prepare the soil. I am the architect and the gardener of my dream. And Invictus tells us, I am what? Everybody knows sentence 15 and 16 of Invictus says, I am the master of my fate and the captain of my soul. In order to do that though, we have to work the soil. We have to believe we are really the master of our own fate, not somebody else. If it doesn't work for you, you have to change it. You have to work on it. You are preparing the soil of your life, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. You don't prepare that type of soil and bring it together, you will not have a fulfilled life. The 5 pillars are like the ingredients for your recipe to enjoy and to have a fulfilled life according to you, but you have to work on them daily. There is no escaping not working on your emotional prosperity every day, because it's like Marina said, they're expecting me to react to what they said. It had nothing to do with me. It just was unpleasant. But I was not going to react to that. Because if I allow that, then I'm allowing my emotional prosperity to take a hit. Whereas I want this thing to come together and be magnificent in my life, to give me that fulfilled life. To give me a day that I do not know how it's going to unfold and say, today is the best day of my life, and mean it. That doesn't mean it's going to be a day without challenges. It could be. But from the challenges, I grow. From the ashes, I fly. That's what we have to remember. So you are preparing the soil of your life with the 5 pillars. The strength of your dream depends on how you nurture these roots. So you cannot have all the financial prosperity in the world and you did not take care of emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. You let them go, but you're working so hard and so diligent, and you use the word hard, and every vein in your neck is pumped up. And some people are so much into it. I work so hard for my money. They look like they need to do some shoulder squeeze to release that tension. But it's not enough. You cannot have one part of 20%. It's not a passing grade. So when you only concentrate on financial and you ignore your physical health and your spiritual health and your emotional health, what are you doing? 20% you're working on, and the other 80% is left to lag. So that's why you have to prepare the ground before you plant your seed. Know who you are. I have sat here for those past 6 years, and I have listened to so many people who talk with me about their big, audacious dream, and they're talking it out. And my mother used to always tell us, do not repeat those things until you have a strong foundation. Because there's going to be somebody who will knock you down because they cannot stand your brightness, your light. She said, keep it to yourself. Just keep your head down and work and do your stuff. So when you rise and your building is up, then it's worthy. And that is what we have to do. They're telling me about all what they're going to do. And then, I did that, I met this person, and all I'm going to do. And all at the end is perfection. If you believe in your audacious dream, and you have done some work on your foundation, and you put a little seed in the ground, and you watered it, and you're looking at it and expecting it to grow, it will grow. It will grow. But it will take time. It is not penicillin. Life is not only penicillin from a doctor. It's like when you go to the doctor and say, your cholesterol is high, here is the Lipitor. You take Lipitor, the next day you cannot get out of bed. Every nerve and sinew, your knee, your tongue, everything is hurting. Or you have pain, here's another prescription because now you have pain. And before you know it, you have them line up. What about if you go in and you look at yourself, you dig into the ground of your physical behavior and your emotional need to eat certain thing that causes this cholesterol to go up, that the doctor is giving you a tiny pill that will put you down. I saw a man walk into the bank one day and I said, what's wrong with you? He said, I'm on Lipitor. The doctor gave me because my cholesterol, and since I've been taking it, I can hardly walk. He said, so I'm going to stop taking it. I'd rather die, he said, than go through this pain. It's not, so sometimes it's life is not like that. It gives his cholesterol is controlled, but something else is broken. So why don't we go back to the cause? What am I doing before we just treat the symptom? Dig into your 5 pillars and see where you are. They are the complete recipe to live a fulfilled life. You avoid a fight, you avoid getting hurt by your emotion. You avoid not learning because you're taking care and you're aging, but you're learning to do this, you're challenging yourself to get the mental capacity going. You turn around and you're looking at your spiritual life and you're realizing it's not a church or a dogma. When somebody tells you what you should or shouldn't see, it's strange. Now and again, I will watch something. Somebody sent me a little thing yesterday. I had a very busy day. And she said, listen to this. This woman is talking, and she has a Bible in her hand. And she was splitting open the mustard seed theory. Man, she was good at it. Kudos to her. She said, they tell you, she says, so many preachers tell me my faith has to be as small as a mustard seed. They're not reading this right, are they? She said. And the Bible is this big. She's flipping, crazy white woman, but she was fun. Then she said, Jesus said to those fishermen, oh, you of little faith. So she said, which one is right? Is it the little faith to move the mountain, not moving any damn mountain? She said, she said it had to be the big faith. Jesus said you haven't got enough faith. That's why you're panicking in the water. But listen to what he said. If you have the faith and the belief, he didn't say as little as a mustard seed. He said as a mustard seed. And it makes sense. That mustard seed planted in the ground will grow. He didn't say it should be just a little bit of faith you have to have and you can move the mountain. No. You need to plant the damn mustard seed. You need to put the tiny acorn in the ground to get the oak tree. So it doesn't have to be as small. It's just when they're tiny. That's why when somebody says to me and they call, hi Tessa-Marie, it's only me. Only what? Or it's just me. Why are you just? Just is a little bit. We have to watch that. And so anyway, it was fun watching her. She was brilliant. I love how she took it apart. My dream deserves a strong foundation. I am preparing the ground. Every day you're taking an opportunity to spend 5 minutes to cultivate your 5 pillars of prosperity. It takes 5 minutes to breathe, a conscious breathing. They say as you age, they have a name for it, I forgot the name, your legs go first as you age. And they tell you to do these crunches, holding the chair, 5 minutes of that 10 times a day, you will strengthen it. You see, it's 5 minutes for 5 pillars. And you have 1,440 minutes in a day, and you cannot spend 25 minutes to make sure you have a fulfilled life. You have to do that. You are grateful for 5 minutes. Spiritual connection. I am good enough. I'm so happy and grateful. I feel great. I'm happy and grateful. I know I am good enough. I am happy and grateful. I have faith that I can do this. It doesn't have to be measured in gallons. I am happy and grateful that I'm reading and challenging myself to learn a new skill. I am happy and grateful that I pulled back when my reaction was to blow up and I kept my emotional prosperity intact. And what do you do for your emotional prosperity? You sit in stillness and silence and you connect with yourself. Simple. You have 1,440 minutes in a day. And all you need is 25 minutes for yourself. You give your enemies more space in your head, rent-free for days. People you don't like, people you don't know, you don't like them, but they're in there. You place them there, and no matter where you go, you carry them with you. Why are you doing this? Because you haven't realized that you need to prepare the ground. Even all you want to do, and you are older and you don't have a dream to win the marathon. You do not have a dream to make the most money in the world. That is not what it is. But your dream is to get up every morning and let your feet feel the floor. You're in bed. Simple little thing you can do. You're in bed and you notice maybe when you sleep on your side, your fingers are numb sometimes. You do this for 5 minutes, just this. And you feel the heat in the finger, then you pull them through. That's a Qigong exercise. So simple. But I have too many things to do. I'm too busy to take care of me. You're going to trip because you're not building the foundation. Many people start building their dreams too soon. They rush to the construct the visible structure, the business, the relationship, the new habit, but without first clearing, nourishing, and leveling the ground, the foundation weakens under the storm. It does. Emotional prosperity, if your heart is cluttered with resentment, fear, or doubt, it's like planting seeds in rock. It's in scripture too. On the rock, it won't grow. Emotional preparation means forgiving, releasing, and allowing room for new roots to grow. Ask yourself, what emotions are standing in the way of my dreams' stability? What? You will have the answer because we know what we're holding. Physical prosperity, strengthening the soil. Your body is the vehicle that carries your vision. If you're tired, overworked, or neglecting rest, you are trying to build on tired soil. That is why sometimes the farmer cannot plant in that field because it's worn out. He has to give it time to rejuvenate, right? Take care of your body as the ground that holds your future. Give yourself that 5 minutes to build it. I don't care if all you do is squat for 5 minutes. If all you do is a leg lift, any action is like lotion, motion is lotion. And what happens when you have lotion? It runs well. When you hear, the other day I heard the garage door open. I didn't like the song. I took this oil, I oiled it, I ran it. It was fine. It needed a little bit of attention. I used WD-40 on the swivel chairs in the garden because I want them to keep swiveling. So you spray them and you swivel. I had to do something. It's the same thing with your body. Drink water. Sometimes you have a knee pain. This lady was showing her knee pain recipe. I just love it. Red cabbage soaked in rubbing alcohol. Just the cabbage leaf. I thought that was cool. Soak in rubbing alcohol. Then she put it on her knee and tied it up. And she kept doing it for 10 days. And she said, it feels like new. We don't understand. Our healing is in nature. The drugs they give us comes from nature. They just add other stuff to it that they created in a lab. Invite the divine into your plans. Ask for clarity. That is spiritual prosperity. For alignment, for grace, and in timing. When you walk in spiritual awareness, the ground becomes sacred. Because you do not judge, you do not criticize, you make no assumption of others. You use exquisite and impeccable words. When you walk there, the ground becomes better because you're balanced. It's okay. You are no longer building alone. You are a co-creator. And we haven't talked about being a co-creator. You were created to be amazing. That means if you were created by a creator, you can create. But it took him 7 days to build the world, but you want to fix it right away. No, we can't. It takes time. Financial prosperity, laying the foundational stones. $1.75, that's mine. Even the most spiritual dream needs resources to stand firm. Even if you want to go to, religious school, you need money to pay for that. So you need money. Don't tell me that the camel and the needle and the rich man, that thing is, I wish that lady, she might dissect that one too. Prepare your finances as part of your groundwork. Financial planning, a financial spending plan. Invest a little at a time because prosperity loves proper preparation. Poor preparation prevents poor performance. If you prepare your ground, you will get the results. A dream backed by wisdom and discipline is unstoppable. Take your time. Create your dream with wisdom. And then discipline. Stick to it. It feels great. You think, I don't use weights. I do everything with my body for 35 minutes. And when I'm leaving the spot, I am sweating. I haven't done, and there's no lifting of weights. I do all sorts of things. And I do sitting exercises at another time. In the morning, I am getting my body going. I need it to function. I slap my legs. I do the Qigong thing. I make sure I know this thing. Oh, why do you do this? So the blood can flow back to my heart. That's why. Remember, you notice that's where the doctor takes it. Do little things. A dream backed by wisdom and discipline is unstoppable. 5 minutes for each pillar every day, 7 days a week will reap amazing results. Let's breathe together again because we're closing. Inhale, I am preparing. Exhale, I am grounded. Feel this energy settle. Feel yourself becoming ready, strong, stable, and supported. So visualization, we can't go without that because too many of you are telling me in your messages that visualization is hard for you. I've been fooling around and bringing it close because it's something that needs 5 minutes. Close your eyes and picture yourself standing on an open ground, fertile, soft, and ready. You kneel and begin to plant seeds labeled joy, discipline, focus, faith, and patience. Patience. Now see water. That's your consistency. You're always doing it. That the water is the consistency. The sunlight, that's your belief. Hear a gentle whisper. You are ready now. Feel the roots take hold. Your foundation forming beneath your feet. And as you're looking down, your dream is slowly coming to fruition. What it is you want, know it, nurture it, love it, respect it, cover it. Do not give it too much sunlight. Do not give it to the person you know that will tell you you're too stupid to do this. You do not have sufficient brain. You do not have a degree. Henry Ford had grade 4 education. Journaling. Ask yourself these questions and write freely when you get the answer. What part of my ground, my emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, or financial needs clearing? Which one? Which one should I take time with today? Give one of them more than the other every day. Choose a different one and give it a little bit more time and see how you will feel. What am I trying to build before preparing? Yeah. It's trying. If you are not prepared, you'll keep trying. That's going to be a word. Tessa-Marie, I'm really trying to save money. Tessa-Marie, I'm really trying not to eat sweets. I'm really trying not to do this. But keep trying. Consistency. So, we started using castor oil a few years ago. And I can see the difference because I never stop. I just do it. And I remember driving and this girl said to me, what do you put on your hand? And I said, castor. She said, oh my God, I'm buying $400 cream. I said, $29.99? Anyway, what daily actions can I take to strengthen my foundation? Ask yourself that. Who or what can help me nourish my soil? Think about that. Who can I go to that will not put me down and tell me I'm not good enough and that it will never work and take away my faith and give me doubt? How does it feel to prepare instead of rushing? It feels great to prepare your foundation. It feels really, really great to do that. Here are your affirmations. And you can repeat any one of them. I'm using castor oil too. Thanks, Nancy. We'll talk about that. I build slowly, but I build strong. Affirmation. I build slowly. I am building slowly. You can change the word, but man, I'm putting a lot of cement in that foundation. My dream rests on solid ground because I built it. I am patient with my progress. I celebrate my small successes. Preparation is power. My foundation is being blessed daily because you ask for it, you work on it, you see it coming. So before you can stand tall in your audacious dream, you must kneel to the ground of your becoming. So before you are standing with your audacious dream, kneel and fix it and knead it. Before the loaf of bread rises, there has been a lot of preparation. You had to put a little bit warm water, some sugar, the yeast, cover it, let it froth up. That takes time. I can bake bread with my eyes closed. I don't need to measure anything. But I do know it requires patience for the rising to happen. So you put the yeast in the warm water, you add some sugar, you put in the yeast, you cover that. You come back later after it has risen, and you can add warm milk, you can add bread, you can add sour milk, you can do, not bread, I mean sour milk, you add sugar, some flour, some olive oil, some this, some that, and before you know it, your bread is now mixing. You have to spend the time mixing all of that together. Then you need to knead it. And then you need to put a little bit of olive oil all around the bowl that is going to rise in, and put it back there and cover it and wait for it to come. Then you have to cut it out, roll it out. And maybe you're going to braid a braided bun, or you're going to make round ones, or you're going to make a solid ball. Again, it has to be covered and has to rise. In the meantime, the oven is getting to the perfect temperature. That is just to make bread. But you want an audacious life and you want it lickety split? Not working. Change your mind. Preparation is not delay. It is destiny in disguise. When your foundation is firm, your dream will not just survive, it will soar. So Marina said, castor oil, amazing healing power, deserves a Sunday self-care episode. I know, and we should do that. Because Yuko has told me, even her husband is using it now because of his fingers. He said, look at my hand, my fingers are all straight, no little bumps on the knuckles anymore. And hers, I remember when I first met her, because she's a hairdresser, it was all, fun. I have none. But I use castor oil on a daily basis. I bugged my sister to bring natural castor oil from Dominica. My cousin, when she came, she said, she brought me a whole bottle, and she didn't, she said, I said, is it expensive? She said, yeah, but what's money? You just want it, I'll get it for you. So there you go. So let's do what is good for ourselves. So castor oil is amazing healing power. I am using castor oil. So Nina Pania came, and Valerie, and of course Betty inspired some humans to be great. That's what we do, yes. Yeah, people who criticize you just want a reaction, It's not their fault. They're not getting a reaction from themselves. When you look and you do something for yourself, you get a reaction. Do you know that? Like when you say, you look in the mirror and you just look out, come up to the bathroom, and you go, hey, sexy, you have to laugh. Because if the person took the word sexy and put it next to you, it's not you. Your pajamas might have looked like it just came out of a ball. You look like oh God, the hair is tousled. Everything, your skin is dying for a drink of water and some castor oil. And there you're going, hi, sexy. You have to laugh. Or you're saying, you know what, you're gorgeous. Yeah. So once you laugh at yourself, you got it made. So guys, build your foundation. Emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, and financial. 5 minutes a day. 5 5s is 25, right? Out of 1,440 minutes, you spare 25 minutes for yourself each day to love you and make you brilliant, because really, you are brilliant. If you're looking for someone to be a speaker at any of your events that you're planning, get in touch with me. My email address is right here, and you can contact me, and I would love to give you more about making life choices to you or any of the topic on living a fulfilled life. Have a great day.